Good evening. I'm Rios Poro, and I'd like to welcome you to Election Night in America 2020. After millions of dollars spent in advertisements and campaign events, the people have finally spoken. The two candidates we have facing off tonight: the Democratic nominee, former Vice President Joe Biden from the state of Delaware, and the incumbent President of the United States, the Republican nominee from the state of Florida, Donald Trump. It is now time for the 7 p.m. poll closings. We have 6 states currently closing their polls: the states of Virginia, Indiana, South Carolina, Georgia, Kentucky, and Vermont. In the state of Vermont, its 3 electoral votes will go to former Vice President Joe Biden. In the Vice President's home state of Indiana, 11 electoral votes will go to the incumbent President, Donald Trump. In Kentucky and its 8 electoral votes, Senate Majority Mitch McConnell's home state, they will go to the President. The state of South Carolina, its 9 electoral votes will go to the President. And now states we can currently now make a projection. The state of Georgia and its 16 electoral votes, those are currently too close to call. In the state of Virginia and its 13 electoral votes, those are currently too close to call. Here's your current map. The President currently has 28 electoral votes to former Vice President Joe Biden's 3 electoral votes. The states in blue are states that have been won by former Vice President Joe Biden. The states in dark red are states that the President has won. The states in light pink or red or light red are states that the President is currently leading in, and states that you will see in light blue are states that Joe Biden is currently leading in. Here are your undecided states. Georgia is representing 16 electoral votes and Virginia representing 13 electoral votes. As the night goes by, more and more states will appear on the screen as more and more states have not been decided. It is now time for the 7:30 p.m. poll closings. The crucial states of Ohio and North Carolina, along with the state of West Virginia. And in the state of West Virginia, it's 5 electoral votes. The state that voted most Republican for the president in 2016, its 5 electoral votes will go to the president. And now the state of North Carolina, 15 electoral votes are currently too close to call. And in the state of Ohio, the Buckeye State, 18 electoral votes are currently too close to call. And our current presidential map, 5 electoral votes being added to the president's column, putting him at 33, and Joe Biden staying at 3 electoral votes. Here are undecided states: Georgia, North Carolina, Ohio, and Virginia. It is now time for the 8 p.m. poll closing. A flurry of states are now closing their polls, ranging from the East Coast to the southern states of the United States. In the state of Connecticut, 7 electoral votes. They will go to former Vice President Joe Biden. The state of Massachusetts, 11 electoral votes will go to Joe Biden. Delaware, his home state, 3 electoral votes will go to Joe Biden. New Jersey and its 14 electoral votes will go to former Vice President Joe Biden. The state of Illinois, Barack Obama's home state, they will go to Joe Biden. The state of Rhode Island and 4 electoral votes, they will go into his column. The state of Maine, which as we know, decides their electors by congressional district. As of now, we can only project 3 out of its 4 electoral votes for the former vice president. In the state of Maryland and its 10 electoral votes, they will go to Joe Biden. And the District of Columbia, 3 electoral votes will go to former Vice President Joe Biden. And now for the president's win. In the state of Tennessee, its 11 electoral votes will go to President Donald Trump. The state of Alabama and 9 electoral votes will go to President Trump. The state of Mississippi and its 6 electoral votes will go to President Trump. The state of Oklahoma, the Sooner State, 7 electoral votes will go to President Trump. The state of Missouri, the Show Me State, 10 electoral votes will go to President Trump. And now states we can currently not make a projection in. The state of Florida, 29 electoral votes, always a crucial battleground state. It is currently too close to call. The state of New Hampshire, 4 electoral votes are currently too close to call. The 1 congressional district in Maine, the 2nd congressional district to be exact, is currently too close to call. And now your current electoral map. Joe Biden has now taken the lead with 78 electoral votes to President Trump's 76. And now the current undecided states are on your screen, consisting of Georgia, Virginia, Ohio, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Florida, and Maine. It is now time for 8:30 p.m. poll closings, with the only state of Arkansas closing its polls, and without a doubt, no surprise, Arkansas and its 6 electoral votes will go to President Trump. Now that puts the president again in the lead with 82 electoral votes to former Vice President Joe Biden's 78. Same undecided states as before, and it is now time for the 9 p.m. poll closings. A flurry of states are closing their polls, ranging from the eastern part of the country to the western coast. And in the state of New York, the Empire State, 29 electoral votes will go to Joe Biden. And now the president's wins. State of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes will go to President Donald Trump. State of Texas, 38 electoral votes will go to President Donald Trump. State of Kansas and its 6 electoral votes, the Jayhawk state, will go to President Donald Trump. State of Nebraska, the second state that splits its votes by congressional district. As of now, we can only project 4 out of its 5 electoral votes for the president. State of South Dakota, 3 electoral votes will go to the president. And now states we cannot make a projection currently in. State of New Mexico, 5 electoral votes are currently too close to call. State of Michigan, the Wolverine state, currently 16 electoral votes are currently too close to call. State of Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes are currently too close to call. State of Minnesota, 10 electoral votes are also too close to call. The state of Colorado, the Buffalo state, 9 electoral votes are currently too close to call. State of Arizona, 11 electoral votes are currently too close to call. And now 1 congressional district in Nebraska is currently too close to call. And here's your current electoral map. The president is in the lead with 147 electoral votes to former Vice President Joe Biden's 107. The current undecided states on your screen, with a few more being added, with Pennsylvania, New Mexico, and Minnesota, along with the 1 congressional district in Nebraska being added to that. It is now time for the 10 p.m. poll closings. 4 states are currently closing their polls: Iowa, Utah, Nevada, and Montana. In the state of Montana and its 3 electoral votes, they will go to President Donald Trump. In the state of Utah and its 6 electoral votes, they will go to the president. And now we can project the 1 congressional district in the state of Nebraska will go to the president. This is currently projected as too close to call, but now we can make a projection for the president. Now we can also make a projection in the state of New Mexico. 5 electoral votes will go to former Vice President Joe Biden. Now currently states we cannot make a projection in. 6 electoral votes in the state of Iowa, the Hawkeye state. It is currently too close to call. State of Nevada, 6 electoral votes, currently too close to call. Now current electoral map. The president is leading with 157 electoral votes to Biden's 112. The current undecided states are on your screen with the addition of Iowa and its 6 electoral votes, and Nevada and its 6 electoral votes. It is now time for the 11 p.m. poll closings. 5 states are closing their polls. States of California, the biggest state in the country, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Hawaii. The state of California and its 55 electoral votes, the biggest state in the country, they will go to former Vice President Joe Biden. The state of Oregon and its 7 electoral votes, they will go to Joe Biden. Washington, the Husky state, they will go to Joe Biden. In the state of Hawaii, 4 electoral votes will go into the former Vice President's column. Now the state of Idaho, its 4 electoral votes, no surprise, will go to President Donald Trump. And we can now project that the 1 congressional district in the state of Maine will be held on to by President Donald Trump in this election. Now your current electoral map. 190 electoral votes for the former Vice President now takes the lead from President Donald Trump, who currently has 162 electoral votes. We only have 1 state left remaining to close its polls, which is the state of Alaska. And then now our undecided states. No more additions to this list. Current states are currently the states on your screen are currently too close to call. And now we have 2 projections in the state of Virginia and Georgia, amassing 29 electoral votes. And in the state of Virginia, 13 electoral votes. We can now project that Joe Biden will hold on to those 13 electoral votes. And in the state of Georgia, we can also project that Donald Trump will keep those 16 electoral votes in his column in this election. And now our current electoral map. Former Vice President Joe Biden leads with 203 electoral votes to President Donald Trump's 178. Current undecided states on your screen right now. And now we have 2 projections in the state of Colorado and Iowa. In the state of Colorado, 9 electoral votes. They will be held on by former Vice President Joe Biden. And in the state of Iowa, 6 electoral votes. They will be won by President Donald Trump. The current electoral map: 212 to 184 for former Vice President Joe Biden. The current undecided states on your screen. As you can project more and more states that are currently undecided, the states will disappear from this list, as you saw previously. It is now time to project Minnesota and Nevada at 11:36 p.m. The state of Minnesota and its 10 electoral votes, they will be held on by former Vice President Joe Biden. And in the state of Nevada, 6 electoral votes, they will be held on by former Vice President Joe Biden. And that raises total to 228 electoral votes, ever so closely getting to that elusive 270 electoral votes needed to be elected President of the United States. 8 states are currently undecided that will make or break this election for either candidate. It is now 12:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday. We have projections in the state of Pennsylvania and Arizona. In the state of Pennsylvania and its 20 electoral votes, we can now project that it is flipped back to the Democrats and to Joe Biden. His hometown state, where he was born, has now floated for him in the presidential election. Its 20 electoral votes have now been flipped back to the Democrats and into Joe Biden's column. And in the state of Arizona, 11 electoral votes will still stay with the president. Now with the addition of Pennsylvania and Arizona, Joe Biden's lead grows more to 248 electoral votes to 195. Current undecided states: Ohio, New Hampshire, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Florida, and Michigan. It is now 12:45 a.m. and we can make a projection in the state of North Carolina. In the state of North Carolina and its 15 electoral votes, we can now project that the president has held on to those 15 electoral votes. Now, with that addition, that puts the president at 210 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 248. With the subtraction of that state, only Ohio, Michigan, Florida, New Hampshire, and Wisconsin are left as undecided states. In the state of Alaska, its polls have finally closed at 1 a.m. And no surprise, we can now project that 3 electoral votes from the state of Alaska will go to the president. That puts his total to 213 electoral votes, 35 behind the former vice president, and 57 electoral votes away from being elected president of the United States. Current undecided states are on your screen. 5 states are left. Now we have projections in two battleground states, the state of Ohio and Michigan, at 1:36 a.m. And in the state of Michigan, 16 electoral votes. We can now project that they have flipped back to the Democrats and back to Joe Biden. The Democrats and Joe Biden have now won the state of Michigan and its 16 electoral votes. And in the state of Ohio, the Buckeye State, 18 electoral votes. We can project that President Donald Trump will hold on to those 18 electoral votes. And 18 electoral votes he really needs, as we see Joe Biden's lead. Joe Biden only needs 6 electoral votes to be elected President of the United States. Currently 264 electoral votes in the lead to President Donald Trump's 231. Current undecided states that will decide the presidency: New Hampshire, Florida, and Wisconsin. It is now 2:04 a.m. and we can now project the state of Wisconsin. We can now project that Joe Biden, former Vice President of the United States from the state of Delaware, will be elected the next President of the United States. He defeats Donald Trump by winning the state of Wisconsin and its 10 electoral votes, flipping that state from Republican to Democrat, winning its 10 electoral votes back and re-solidifying the blue wall that Democrats had built. We can now project that Joe Biden has been elected the 46th President of the United States, 274 electoral votes, putting him over the 270 needed to be elected President of the United States. And Donald Trump's path to the presidency has now been foreclosed. 4 states remaining, amassing 33 electoral votes: the state of New Hampshire and Florida. Now we can make a projection in the state of New Hampshire. 4 electoral votes will go to former Vice President Joe Biden. Now that pushes his total to 278 electoral votes to the president's 231. Only undecided state left is good old Florida. And in the state of Florida, at 4:03 a.m., we can now project that it has been won by President Donald Trump. 29 electoral votes. His home state is now projected to stay in his column. Despite it not being enough, the president has carried its 29 electoral votes, amassing his total to 260 electoral votes. Despite this, Joe Biden has now been elected, the president-elect of the United States, with 270 electoral votes, winning to the president's 260. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you guys can comment any suggestions, like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I'll be posting more of these election nights in the future. If you guys disagree, just let me know in the comments respectively. Just tell me why you do or don't disagree. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. Go check out my other videos. I'll see you in the next one.